The Podcasting Dead is available on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Make sure to subscribe for more podcasts. And while you're at it, drop us a like. If you want to help support the channel and have access to extra content, secret contest, and more, make sure to search for us on Patreon. Patreon.com/thepodcastingdead.
It's time for that Mail Call Podcast. The time once a week where we answer your questions, no matter how depraved, crazy, or silly they are. I was trying to think of random words to describe them, and words just failed me.
Well, those are quite a few that are pretty accurate.
Yeah, and man, we got some interesting questions this week. That's all I'm going to say. We've got some very interesting questions, and I guess we're going to jump right into it. If you did find us randomly on the internet, don't go away. We podcast about a little bit of everything from the strange, the paranormal, the Walking Dead, to who JP slept with. Which JP's been with the same girl for quite a while now, so JP's been sleeping with the same person. But nonetheless, we'll talk in detail about his sex life at times. But consider hitting that subscribe button if you like podcasts. In the meantime, let's get to the questions. Is this the Mail Call Podcast? Yes, it is. All right, so number one, going all the way to the bottom. And JP, I'm just going to kind of go. We got a lot of questions and not much time. So, JP, if it's cool with you, I'm just going to kind of scoot through these.
Yeah, dude, just roll just to
with
get
them,
brother.
All right, so Mail Call. This is from Eternal Rec. What are you expecting to see in the new Walking Dead series? Something different, fresh, and new.
Yeah, dude, same here. Not just the same old, we're trying to survive. And it looks like they are doing something different, so we will see.
I would really like to see zombies be a very scary threat again. That's what I want. And I know they kind of are. The Whisperers have kind of made, hordes of zombies scary. But being that these kids that are going out into the world, from what I've read, have been sheltered, it'd be really cool to see them just struggling to take down single zombies at a time,
Yeah.
Take it kind of back to the beginning, back to its roots. Also, from Eternal Rec, Freddy Krueger or Jason? I always found Freddy Krueger to be more entertaining.
Yeah, he's definitely scarier. I grew up I grew up on both movies, man. That's a tough one.
Yeah, I did too.
That's a tough one.
I
probably watch more Jason than Freddy, though. But I watch both.
Jason scared me more up until Wes Craven's New Nightmare. That iteration of Freddy Krueger, because he transcended, he was a series in the movie, and then he kind of transcended that and became a real life threat. So it scared the shit out of a 10-year-old me. Yep. Let's see. PS4 or Xbox One? PS4 all day. JP doesn't play modern video games, but you did at once own a PS4.
Yeah, I'm not a gamer, but I do like the controller of the PS4 more so than the Xbox One.
So ping, ping, we got 2 for PlayStation there. And then he goes on to say that he really hopes that we see Princess this season. Yeah, that would be really cool, Eternal Rec. I think if we don't see her this season, we will definitely see her next season. Heidi, our good friend, says, what kind of first world problems do you have? These are some of my first world problems. Cell phone battery's always low. Sometimes I get mad at myself because I didn't pick up some new ice cream flavor I haven't tried. I get stuck with one flavor for a long time if it's good. I eat candy only a few times a year, but when I do, I make sure there's no purple candy. Purple candy always tastes bad. I don't know that I have ever had purple candy. Well, grape, I guess, but I was thinking chocolates, decadent. But JP, first world problems?
For me, it's just early morning digestive issues, and I guess that can be experienced third world as well. But
I was going to say they probably deal with more deadly digestive issues.
Yeah, probably so. They
dysentery,
have parasites, and
bad drinking water. But it's first world problems, so that's the point. It's it's a problem that's not really that big of a problem,
right?
I think my cell phone stays pretty charged up. I have a charger in my car, so that usually solves that. I think first world problems for me is just being, I don't know, sometimes I have to remind myself not to get super mad about really little stuff that doesn't really matter. Right. You know what I mean? This person, I don't know, you wanted to change lanes and this person passed before you did. Why is that worth getting revved up over? That douchebag. They didn't hit you. They didn't put you in danger. There's no need, Yeah, so, for me, it's stuff like that. And then I get mad over little stuff, too, like comics. If I order, there's a new series called Something's Killing the Children, and it's really good. And for some reason, We didn't get issue number 2.
Yeah. No,
and
I
that
gotta
really
hunt that
makes
down.
me mad because I really, really dug issue number 1. And I've got issue number 3 sitting in my box, and I don't even want to buy it because I don't want it unless I read number 2. However, it's a first world problem.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I also am mad that the Red Sox played as terrible as they played this season. Because how do you come from winning the World Series with, you should have the same, and nothing's changed. You should, and then they just not only not good, they were pretty terrible at times. However, that's a first world problem. Moving on to our good pal Jonas Balili. JP, do you have any more, by the way?
No, that's about it, man. Just my butthole. That's my first world problem.
I think your butthole is a lot of people's first world problem.
It can be. It certainly can be. Olive Garden contributes to that a lot. That's been
but
this
it's
week's.
so good though.
It is, man. And I went home with a ton of leftovers, and I've been gnawing on them the last couple nights. And yeah, that's
kind of my first world problem. I don't like eating many leftovers. I mean, I will. You've seen me bring some in, and
yeah.
But I don't. I don't really like pasta the next day. I really can't eat pasta. I watched this man eat like shrimp Alfredo cold.
I love cold leftovers.
I'd have to be starving, man. I can't do that.
I love leftovers, man.
I just can't do it unless I'm just on the edge of starvation.
Yeah.
Jonas Balili, what's up, pal? Says, who wins? And we've got quite the lineup here. We've got Abraham, fist fight, Abraham versus Beta.
I'm going with Abraham.
I'm going with Abraham as well.
That army training, man.
Like, Beta's a badass, but I mean, as far as we know, he's just kind of just this big brute. I mean, I feel like I'm going with Abraham, absolutely. Shootout, Andrea versus Maggie. As much as this pains me to say, I'm going to say Andrea. To my knowledge, Andrea was a bit better of a shot than Maggie.
Yeah, because Shane trained her up on the shooting.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think she'd have the edge on that.
And don't get me wrong, as someone who is just now getting into the second episode of the 4th season in only like 2 or 3 days, because I've been rolling back through rewatching the show, Andrea seriously learned to shoot in like 1 episode. She went from wanting to learn how to use a gun to being an expert marksman, but with that said, I'd probably go with Andrea.
Yeah.
Silent shootout, Yumiko or Diana? Diana. Well, I don't know. Yumiko's good with the bow and arrow and all. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know. Probably Yumiko, just because Yumiko's had to be extra quiet. Diane's been with the Hilltop for so long. Been in civilization.
Yeah, she's got a little soft.
Right.
Yeah, we'll go with Yumiko
whereas Yumiko's had to do it for so long in the woods,
Yeah.
Melee weapon fight. Morgan or Negan? Morgan would whoop that ass.
And Morgan with a stick, man. Yeah, that's hard. Yeah, Negan's got that brute force, but you really don't have much defense with a bat.
No, I mean it's a little. I mean, it's not heavy, but you just can't wield it the way that you couldn't. He couldn't. I don't feel like he could block fast enough for all the stick throws that Morgan will be throwing at him.
Right, yeah. Unless he just caught that staff dead center and broke it.
Snapped it, yeah.
That'd be his only hope.
Yeah, I think Morgan would whoop that ass. First to choke out the other, Merle versus Simon.
I'm going with Merle, man.
I want to, that's the thing.
Simon's a tough bastard, though.
Merle got his ass whooped by the governor, but the thing is, after I watched that episode yesterday. Merle, he had gotten beat up by some other people because he was, taking out some of the governor's people, and a walker surprised him and he fell out and they started kicking him. So he didn't have a fair fight with the governor by any shake. But up to that point, man, Merle was a force to be reckoned with. On that roof in Atlanta, he whooped everybody other than the women. He whooped all the dudes' asses, and it's so I don't know, but Simon's a big dude too. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go with Merle just because I would rather see Merle choke Simon out.
Yeah.
But I really like Simon, though.
I guess that depends on if he has both his hands. Are we talking about bayonet Merle or, two-fisted Merle?
I'd say bayonet Merle, one-handed Merle, obviously Simon. Right. Two-handed Merle, I think if Merle was in good shape, because you got to think, too, he'd been drinking before the governor thing. Mm-hmm. There was a lot of disadvantages there. Tip-top shape, as tip-top shape as someone like Merle could be in, I guess, versus Simon would be an interesting brawl.
Yep.
Ultimately, I'm going to go with Merle. Kill the other in their age. No, wait. Kill the other in their rage form. This is probably one of the best questions in this lineup.
Yeah,
Some good questions, but this is a good one. Kill the other in their rage form. Tyrese or Shane?
Tyrese has got the size.
Tyrese has got size, and Rick whooped that ass, yes, but Rick only whooped that ass because Daryl was holding Tyrese back when Rick landed the first shot or two. So, I mean, essentially Tyrese kind of got jumped. I don't think that's not what Daryl was intending. Daryl was just holding him back after he punched Rick. But then once he was, held back, I mean, if he was just like ready, set, go, I don't know that Rick would have been able to take Tyrese.
Yeah, man, and Shane's got that killer instinct, I mean, Tyrese really doesn't want to just straight up murder somebody. So I think Shane's got an edge on him. I
think I'm going to go with Tyrese. I think Tyrese would do like if he was as mad as he was with Karen's death.
Yeah,
I feel like he was out for blood then. So I don't know. I just feel like Tyrese is too big.
Shane's
too strong.
Got that evil in him, man.
Yeah, Shane is evil, but I think the Tyrese is just too strong for Shane. I think once he got his hands on him, Shane would be screwed because I don't think Shane could out-muscle Tyrese.
Yeah.
Let's see. Army versus Army. The Vultures versus Terminus. I mean, nobody would fight, right? The Vultures would just sit outside of Terminus until...
Yeah.
I thought the Vultures were one of the most boring enemies in The Walking Dead, ever. I mean, you had some interesting characters, but as a whole, they were kind of just dull.
I think Terminus would take them because Terminus isn't interested in a non-violent, solution. They would just pick them off from the walls or something.
They'd just be like, food came right to our door.
Yeah.
We were going to kill you and eat you anyway, so thanks for sitting there and letting this happen.
Right.
Yeah, definitely Terminus. That's a good point, JP. Teenage bathroom fight, Carl versus Henry. This pains me to say, too, man.
Henry's got some size on Carl.
And he's got some skill. I mean, we saw Carl fight... what's his face? Jessica's son, the douchebag that shot him.
Oh, yeah.
We watched them fight, and that was terrible. They just kind of tugged on each other's arms. They were like, I mean, Henry actually can fight. I mean, especially if he had that stick. So I like Carl better, but I think Henry would probably whoop Carl's ass. Carl never had a moment where we saw he could do hand-to-hand combat that well. Now, if Carl had a gun, yeah.
Right.
If they were, but bathroom fist fight, no. Another Army versus Army. Walker's group. Oh, Native Americans off of Fear the Walking Dead versus the Wolves.
Yeah.
Oh, the Native Americans would destroy the Wolves.
I think so, too. Yeah, the Wolves were pretty stupid.
I mean, the Walker's group, man, the Native, they were vicious.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, they would
whoop your ass. Front yard dad fight. Travis versus Ezekiel.
I think Ezekiel would win that one.
I want Ezekiel to win it, but I feel like Travis, because remember, Travis isn't he doesn't want to be violent. He's kind of like the Gohan of he doesn't want to be violent, but there's a rage within that can be very deadly when you get it out.
I'm not going to lie, man. It's been so long since I've watched those early episodes. I can't remember much about Travis besides he, was just kind of there.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good way to describe it. But I'm going to go with Ezekiel. I'm going to go with Ezekiel. Part of me thinks Travis would win because, I mean, we've seen it. We've never seen Ezekiel straight up rage and just take, you know what I mean? We know Ezekiel's no pushover, but at the same time, we know that Travis has this deadly rage within. But I'm just going to, okay, I'll go with Travis. But I want Ezekiel. Is it bad?
With Travis.
I'm sticking with Travis, but I'm rooting for Ezekiel.
All right.
So, yeah. All right, moving on through, let's see, from AH. I'm hearing Eddie Murphy is doing a sequel to Coming to America. Hopefully you guys agree that he should not. What other movies do you think there should never be a sequel to? My pick, Joker. What movie do you wish they never made a sequel or sequels to? My pick, Saw. I don't think they need a sequel to that movie. I will agree. And especially
talking about Joker?
No, talking about Coming to America.
Oh, Coming to America. Oh, yeah.
Definitely don't think Joker needs a sequel. But
it doesn't need a sequel, but they can definitely expand that universe. Do the story of Harvey Dent, in the set in the same
right.
Same
do
Gotham.
More of that gritty, realistic kind of. I'd be cool with that.
Maybe it's 1985 and Harvey Dent's coming to power, and
this hot shot.
Yeah.
What is he? He's a DA.
Yeah, he's the district attorney.
Yeah, this is his hotshot DA, Harvey Dent.
Right.
Until acid.
Or maybe even like Lex Luthor, man. I don't know. I just, what's his name? The director. Fuck.
I'm pretty sure that's not his name.
No, but anyway, he pitched like a DC Black Label movie universe.
That's what because we love the DC Black Label comics. So to do a Black Label movie universe,
right?
Because the comics are set outside of continuity a lot of times, right?
Yeah, man. And they, of course, when they were just brainstorming Joker, they didn't think it'd be the runaway hit that it was, and they're like, a whole Black Label universe set like this, R-rated movies.
So cool.
No way, man. No way. I hate having a brain fart on his name, but the director. But anyway.
Oh, absolutely.
Who knows what might happen?
But let's see. Movies I don't think they need a sequel to. Fight Club needs no sequel. If they ever came up and tried to make a sequel of that, I'd be like, what is wrong with you? It was fine the way it was.
Yeah.
So my pick would be Fight Club of movies that don't need sequels. What about yourself?
Oh, geez, man. A movie that does not need a sequel. Probably Sling Blade.
That's such a good. It's funny that you say that. I was just watching the what's that really cool show that used to come on, but Inside the Actors Studio.
Oh yeah,
something.
yeah.
But it was Billy Bob Thornton, and he just showed how he kind of got into character and pushed his jaw forward, and they kind of talk like this, and he talked about how he came up with the character, because I didn't realize he wrote that movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So it was really cool. I heard that he used to put pieces of glass in his shoe on, while he was playing that role, like this little just so that he walked and shuffled uncomfortably. That'd be pretty good for zombies.
Yeah, it would.
If you were that much of a method actor, like glass in your shoe would definitely have you walking odd. Let's see here. So moving on, next question. And we're not reading as many statements this podcast. We apologize, but we've got a lot of questions, which we're very thankful for, but we're trying to make sure we get to the questions. Jeep, what's your favorite thing to eat on the holidays? For me, I guess it's cranberry sauce, as it's the only time I really get any. I'm not digging the cranberry sauce.
Nah, me neither, man.
Ham. I like sweet, juicy, thick ham. That's my favorite holiday food. Or deviled eggs.
Dude, I like just a menage of green beans and stuffing and turkey and gravy and just mixing all that mess together and just scooping it up and shoving it in my mouth.
Shove it in there.
Yeah, I can't pick just one thing.
I feel like we're the Hardy Brothers on South Park, where it's like, I've got a raging clue right now. But yeah, mine's definitely like the sweet ham. Yes, I'm from the country, all of that, but I'm really not as big on salty ham. I mean, I can eat it. It's not my favorite. I like sweet, juicy, plump ham, ham.
Plump ham.
Yeah, shove it in your mouth, man. Damn. And deviled eggs. I love deviled eggs.
I'm not a deviled egg guy.
I imagine you're not. You don't like mayo. Yeah, it's not your thing. Not that I don't think you put. Do you put? Yeah, you do put. Do you put mayo in?
I don't know.
I know mustard's in deviled eggs.
I'm not into whatever it is, though. I like my eggs scrambled, and that's it.
You don't like them over easy?
No.
I make some good over easy eggs, man.
Thank you.
I make some good scrambled eggs with cheese and stuff in them, man. And my girlfriend don't like to admit it, but I fix some of the best damn scrambled eggs you'd ever have. You like yours dry though, don't you?
A little well done, not like dry, but yeah, I mean just butter, a little salt and pepper, and just keep it simple. For a long time, I wouldn't eat eggs. Yeah, I'll eat them.
Moving on to a series of questions from D, longtime listener we hadn't heard from in a while, and we are so thrilled to have you back. Thank you, D, for rejoining us down in the comment section. So starting at the top, if you want to jump in and read some of these, that's fine, man. I just didn't know if
you're on a roll,
man.
Step on your flow.
If you could see a concert from an artist that has or have passed away that you have never seen, who would it be? Top 3, if it was mine, would be Elvis. Talking about D's top 3 would be Elvis, Queen, and Bing Crosby. Honorable mention, Judy Garland. I love Bing Crosby and Elvis and Queen.
Yeah,
you rock, D. But JP, what would your top 3? What would your artist be?
Probably Dean Martin, man. I'd love to see Dean Martin in his prime. Also Johnny Cash.
That's my pick.
Yeah,
that's my pick. Johnny Cash. If I could pick one dead artist, because anybody else I'd want to see, I think they're still alive.
Man, Jim Croce. That's another one. I'd love to have seen him.
I would love to have seen Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right. What state would you both most like to visit, and why? Choose a state you've never been to.
For me, Colorado, obviously, a green state, and plus they have all kinds of rivers and mountains and all kinds of cool stuff to do.
Not trying to cop JP style, but that'd be my pick too. If I could pick one state, Colorado, man, I can go there. You can legally indulge in some marijuanas. You know how much, like yourself, I love the outdoors, and I mean, there's just some of the most beautiful mountain ranges to see. So yeah, absolutely, Colorado. Or Believe it or not, I don't know that I would want to live there, but I would love to visit California at some point. Just to, because they actually, though, not so much for like the LA city life. I mean, they actually have a lot of really cool like hiking and scenery and stuff. So, but yeah, I'm going to go with Colorado too. Let's see. If you had to choose one streaming service, Netflix, Hulu, etc., and you could only watch shows from this service, which one and why? Probably still going to stick with Netflix.
Dude, that's such a tough one. I like my Amazon Prime, man, and I guess maybe it's because it gives you windows. You can, have separate subscriptions for like HBO and other stuff, and
I'd probably stick with Netflix because it's definitely not perfect, but it's got probably of all of the streaming services, there's more that I like concentrated there in that one service than others have. So yeah. What do y'all sing in the shower? If you do sing in the shower, and if you don't, what the heck do you do in the shower? Well, you just asked JP what he does in the shower, so I apologize for whatever response you're going to get.
I keep it clean in the shower, man. I'm in and out. Yeah, in and out.
I sing a little bit of everything. I used to have a little a waterproof MP3 speaker that I had hanging there, and I would just cut on my phone, man. Sing along to some Chris Stapleton while I'm in the shower, some Johnny Cash. Nothing's better than to cut on the hot shower and start singing Cocaine Blues.
Mm-hmm. Shot that bad bitch down.
I thought her was her daddy, but oh man, that's just fun to sing along. Really anything kind of up tempo. Because I mean, you kind of, a lot of times when you're taking a shower, most of the time you're starting your day, or for me anyway, some people shower the night before, but like I'm starting my day or I'm getting ready to go out with some friends or to something. So I like to have something upbeat and fun to kind of like help set the tone along with being fresh. I'm now in a good mood.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, I guess because they've talked to you. No, wait. Okay, no, wait. Wrong one. All right. Who is the most famous person you've met, and were they as awesome as you thought they would be?
For me, I guess Charlie Daniels, and yeah, he was pretty chill. I mean, it's not like we like kicked it. I know you got to hang out on his tour bus the time before that we all got to see him, but yeah, Charlie Daniels was cool.
I don't know, man. I mean, I'm not trying to sound like an ass here, but there's so damn many. It's hard to. Who is the coolest? Melissa Joan Hart it was really cool to meet her just because it's Clarissa or Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and she was really nice. I mean, she wasn't like the most chatty person in the world per se, but I mean at the same time she's Melissa Joan Hart. I feel like everyone that had been around her, I was around her like in a back area, like where people go to get away from the crowds asking questions and stuff. So I mean, we were just kind of chilling behind the scenes, and she was really nice though, and it was just cool to meet her. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is a really cool guy. Also, Clint Boyer. I'm not really into NASCAR, but he's a red NASCAR driver. Clint Boyer is one of the coolest. Edwin McCain was a fun interview.
Right.
He and I hung out. We didn't go on his tour bus. We were hanging outside of his tour bus, sitting in lawn chairs and talking. And, we were joking about going skinny dipping. And I was like, I mean, how cool would it be? I mean, I hope this isn't going anywhere. I'm not interested in you, Mr. McCain. But, to say I went skinny dipping with him for some reason. Yeah. But, I mean, we were just being sarcastic. But, I really can't pick one, honestly. I'll tell you, 38 Special wasn't all that great. Let's see. All right, Barn of Pleasures question for me only, and probably only because, JP, I think that everybody's asked you every which way.
Everyone knows it's Strand. It's Victor Strand. That's no secret.
Barn of Pleasures for Justin only. Who is your hayloft hottie? Jess. She's dead. I mean, if we're talking dead or alive, Jess. Yeah. Rick's temporary boo back from like the season, what was that, season 5 and 6 era? Yeah. Jess. If it wasn't Jess, then it would probably be Rosita or Maggie. But Jess is my number one.
Yeah, dude. I can't argue with that.
If you've seen American Horror Story season 1, you know what's in my mind when I think of Jess. And she's just a gorgeous girl as it is. She's very, very beautiful. But let's see. What is your favorite jelly bean flavor?
I like Starburst jelly beans. I won't pick out a specific flavor, but if I got to eat jelly beans, they're going to be the Starburst jelly beans.
I mean, I don't really eat jelly beans a lot, but Starburst jelly beans, and my favorite Starburst are the pink or red ones, so probably pink or red Starburst jelly bean. Yeah, probably regular jelly beans would be red, too, I think. It's just been a long time since I've sat down and ate jelly beans. What is your favorite holiday movie, if you celebrate or have one? JP, what's your favorite holiday movie?
I mean, man, I'm not going to be one of these people that pretend that like Batman Returns is a holiday movie. So I'll say Jingle All the Way. Like I remember seeing that in theaters with my dad, and that was a lot of fun.
I would be okay if you said Batman Returns. I don't know about our friend D here, but I don't know if that would be acceptable for her. But
I mean, yeah.
I think it's cool when your favorite holiday movie is not actually a holiday movie per se. Mine's cliche as it can be, but I actually know. You know what? I have two favorites, and I like them for different reasons. The one that I have to watch both of these. I have to watch the National Lampoon's, Family Christmas. I have to watch that every year. It's my dad's favorite, one of his favorite movies ever. I really like It's a Wonderful Life. Like it's long, it's slow, it's draggy, but I love the message. I love the vintage. Actually, when I used to go to my grandma's, she would leave it on like ABC or CBS or whatever network channel, and like they would always buy, because she would have Christmas Eve at her house every year. It's one of my favorite parts of Christmas. And after everybody had left, of course, we stayed later, just hanging out with her. And I would always end up falling asleep watching like black and white old Christmas movies. And so really, man, I think it's just the nostalgia of,
for me, it might be Ernest Saves Christmas. That's another
I haven't
really good
seen
one.
that in so long, man.
Well, if it's a holiday movie, we're talking any holiday, it's Ernest Scared Stupid.
Have you seen the memes that say that John Cena's starting to turn into Ernest?
I could see that,
He looks a lot like him, yeah. Don't tell John Cena I said that, though. He'd whoop my ass. Let's see. What is your favorite childhood cartoon or cartoons? Did y'all grow up with Saturday morning cartoons or cartoons all the time? Saturday morning cartoons were my ish.
I was watching them all the time, but for me, it was definitely Ren and Stimpy. I remember the original Nicktoons lineup Sunday morning. I think it was Doug, then Rugrats, then Ren and Stimpy. So yeah, Ren and Stimpy definitely warped a young JP's mind, and God bless him for it.
Man, if I had to pick, it's hard. It depends on what part of my life we're in, right? Like, so when I was really young, it was DuckTales, the original DuckTales, obviously. The DuckTales. Man, that's on Disney Plus, too. I'm going to start watching that. And then for a long while, it was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, that was a good one.
And then at certain points, you had like Doug and Ren and Stimpy and Rocko's Modern Life. And now as an adult, it's probably a tie between South Park and Rick and Morty. So it's hard to pick one cartoon that just... I love Darkwing Duck.
Yeah.
What was it? SWAT Cats. I mean, there was a lot of really rad cartoons when I was... Dragon Ball. Oh, you know what? I'll do that. Okay, so if I had to pick one cartoon that for me, like I love DuckTales, but I mean, of course, I kind of grew out of it. The old Ninja Turtles are awesome, and I'd watch them now, but I had a point where I grew out of them. I never really got over Dragon Ball Z. Like, I watched it from a kid to pretty much anytime it's on TV, I stop what I'm doing to watch it. So, you know what? I take that back. Dragon Ball Z for me.
There you go.
And what is your favorite Walking Dead episode, and why?
For me, it was, what was it called? Like 20 Miles Out or whatever? Where like Shane's stuck on the bus and Rick thinks about leaving. I just
watched that episode the day before yesterday.
Yeah, and then goes back for him, and you're just like, man, maybe in this universe, Rick and Shane can work it out. But of course they didn't. Because
Shane even says when he goes to kill Rick, man, we tried to kill each other, man. What do you think? We just like walk off into the sunset? Yeah. I mean, it was true. It's like you're not going to get into that type of a situation, and it's not easy to get over. A favorite Walking Dead episode, man, that is tough. Unpopular opinion, because it's not, the season 6 finale, man, the tension I felt when Negan came off that camper and like, who's it going to be? It was absolutely ruined by the fact that they set up a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
But I just remember this, probably one of my favorite episodes that I've watched over and over again, though, if I had to pick, is probably the season 4 mid-season finale, the one where Herschel gets the katana, because it's just so good. I mean, everything from Andrew Lincoln's acting, his reaction to Herschel dying, the battle, the governor fight. Probably the season 4 mid-season finale, if I have to think now without much time to to consider. Because I'm sure there's an episode I like more. But if you could sing like anyone, either living or past, who would you choose? I like Pink's voice, and Anne Murray sings like my mother. So if it were male, it'd be Bing Crosby. My grandfather sounded exactly like him. It was unreal. I like Frank Sinatra's voice, man. It's just so pimp.
Yeah.
But let me think. Chris Cornell.
Okay. I'd probably, like I said earlier, man, I love Dean Martin. I'd love to be a crooner. Yeah.
I would pick Chris Cornell, man. It's just something about it from Soundgarden and not Soundgarden. Yeah, Soundgarden. I was getting them mixed up with Savage Garden. I was like, that's a pop band. Chris Cornell's voice, just the range. I mean, you would listen to some Soundgarden songs and think he was just your typical like 90s grunge, like sing like this and vows. But then you would hear other stuff where he would open up and you'd be like, holy crap, this guy has got range. So, I mean, I'd probably pick him because I feel like he could sing whatever he wanted to. Anything from some Frank Sinatra to even probably some pop stuff if he really wanted to. All right. Thank you, D, for all those questions. Moving on to our next notorious habitual question lever. We're talking about Brianne McCann. We love you. Let's rapid fire these bad boys. If you had the whole world's attention for 30 seconds, what would you say? Make it count, guys. Mine's very simple because I'm sure JP is going to say something silly, so let me go ahead and be the buzzkill and say something serious. Be nice to each other. Like that's it. It's just that it's simple. Just be nice to each other. Listen to each other. Like, I hate to be hippie, but if I could tell the whole world one thing that they would actually take into consideration, like listen to each other.
Yeah, but seeing as how no one would ever do that because we're designed to destroy each other, I would be like, drop them trousers and bend over for me.
Make love, not Warcraft.
Let's get this over with.
That would be your saying to the entire world. Drop those trousers. Let's get this over with.
Yeah, that would be
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people would acquiesce to my request.
If you had to work but didn't need the money, what would you choose to do? I mean, I would love to do something out in the woods or, like, I don't know, maybe be a hiking guide. Something that, I don't know. That's really tough.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Do I have to do just that the rest of my life?
If you had to work but didn't need the money.
Like you're just rich. Maybe you got family millions and you don't have to. You're just working because you're bored.
Yeah, I mean, I always thought it'd be cool to be a journalist, but that takes a certain amount of skill, so I don't know that I could just do that. I don't know, maybe like a psychotherapist. That'd be kind of
cool. Podcaster.
Yeah, podcaster.
Bam.
There you go. Maybe one day.
Because, I mean, now we do have patrons, and that's awesome. But for the longest time, we were doing this and not getting any kind of, So, yeah, I'm going to go with a podcaster. If I opened your fridge, what would I find in it? You'd find all kinds of snit in mine. All kinds of condiments, some beer, some little craft beer, a little bit of domestic beer.
Right now, for me, a lot of leftover Olive Garden food.
Butter.
Yeah, butter. Yeah, you gotta have
probably
butter.
A few leftovers, but I'll tell you what, my girlfriend can cook, so not often are there a lot of leftovers. Most disgusting fast food chain restaurant. That is easy. Let's see what JP thinks, if he agrees with me. Long John Silver for me.
They can be gross, man.
Right. I used to love Long John Silver, but I'm talking in the current state they are right now, at least the ones around us.
Locally, yeah.
Long John Silver for me.
I won't say it's disgusting, but what tears me up most definitely is Taco Bell. Like I said, it's not disgusting, but
I was about to say, how dare you?
It rarely agrees with me, so it's one I generally avoid.
Let's see. What invention has caused the most misery? That's not a simple question.
No,
that's physical injury, lots of things. The atomic bomb has probably caused quite a bit. Obviously, guns. And keep in mind, I'm not like disparaging guns. I love shooting myself. I'm just being what guns have caused the most misery. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be a physical object. I mean, one could argue certain religions. You know what I mean? Like it's just an invention. So
yeah, I mean, some people could argue the internet has done more to divide us than bring us together.
That's true. Yeah. It just depends. Like, are we talking about physical pain? Because then I go with somewhere along the line of like atomic bombs and missiles and guns. Whatever.
I mean, money,
knives. Or you could go. Like I said, you could go more. Philosophical and concepts that have caused misery. Or you could go like JP said, like the internet,
Yeah, well, I said money. I mean, that's an invention that's,
sex.
Yeah, that too.
Oh, man. And finally from Brianne, what do you hope to see in the next half of season 10? Just keep the pace with the first half, and I'll be very happy.
Yeah, and just Negan whooping some ass.
I'm loving the surprises, character development. I mean, just keep telling the story the way that they are now, and I'll be happy. I do want to see Negan kicking some ass. I want to see Maggie come back. I don't want to see Denai Guerrera leave. But unfortunately, I want to see her get you know what? Of all else, unless she goes out in the midseason finale, I won't deny to get a awesome send-off.
Yeah.
Because going back now, again, I'm in season 4, and just realizing what a awesome character Michonne is, and just how awesome of an actor Denai Guerrera is, and just what she's done for the show. So let's give her a good send-off. Let's not do like the Maggie thing where she just kind of disappears.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see. Thank you, Brianne. You know we love you. Dan Ashtown, mail call. Do you guys have a reality show over there called Big Brother? Yes, and I actually had a chance to audition for it and did not want to. I had a buddy that was on Survivor, and he was like, let me get you on Big Brother, man. I know the execs. I can get you set up. And I was like, no. And I actually had 1 or 2 radio station people message me and say, I'd love to see you on Big Brother.
Right.
But I was like, I hate most reality TV, so no thank you. And that whole show is about gossiping to get manipulating other people. Not that wouldn't be fun, but I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be really good at it and be known as someone who's really good at manipulating
the rest of your life.
I want to keep that skill to myself. I personally think it's a load of shit. Ha! So do I, Dan. But over here, years ago, we had a zombie miniseries based on the show that included a lot of old contestants, presenters, etc. And it was basically about the zombie apocalypse breaking out while people were trapped in a Big Brother house, not being able to communicate with the outside world and having no idea what's going on. It's called Dead Set. And if you get a chance, I highly recommend checking it out. I will. That sounds really cool.
Yeah, that's
Dead
a good
Set.
premise.
Eternal Wreck. What do y'all think about the new Rick and Morty season? Well, only 2 episodes in, but I have loved both of them.
Yeah, dude. I think it's definitely on point.
I've been very happy. The last one, have you seen the second one yet?
Yeah, man.
It kind of hits you at the end there.
It does, dude.
You know.
Rick and Morty can get you.
All right, rapid fire from our man Corey Andros. What up, guys? What do you think is going on at Oceanside this week? Some drama, right?
Yeah.
I think we'll get a flashback that shows how he ended up at Alexandria. Actually, that's not a think. I know you're going to get a flashback that's going to show you how Dante got to Alexandria, so be ready for that. Is Rosita about to rampage? Because of Sadiq. I hope so, man. I mean, she's been mama sick Rosita for a while. We know Rosita's a badass. Let's get her back into being a badass. So I hope. Is it ludicrous that Lydia won't recognize Dante? I think so, since the Whisperers seem to have a large number and wear masks.
Yeah, I don't think it's that crazy.
No, I mean, it's a lot of Whisperers.
Yeah.
I mean, she don't know who's my mom brainwashed this week.
Right.
JP, I'm guessing you're caught up on Watchmen. Man, that 5th episode was crazy good. Glass is definitely my favorite character so far. I love that cliffhanger. No spoilers. I haven't caught up yet. And looks like we'll have to wait to see what happens. What is Glass Delmar?
Yeah.
I love, that mask looks very uncomfortable, though. But yeah, in The Walking Dead, got gonna walk it at the bottom. Oh. Keeping with Watchmen, does Glass give you a Rorschach vibes, or is it just me? It's totally Rorschach of the TV show. I love that mask.
Yeah,
I could see that from the episode I've seen.
I mean, he's not into straight up like murdering people, at least not yet, but yeah, he's definitely got that kind of vibe.
So if either of you had to bang a dude, why does this keep coming up? Let's imagine you're inclined to AKA gay, LOL. Who would it be and why?
Had to bang a dude. I mean, it's no secret I've got a thing for Victor Strand on the show. Were we talking about celebrities?
Didn't we get asked this question? Like, haven't we been asked this like each mail call for the last couple of weeps? Like, if you had to bang a dude, who would it be?
It seems like that comes up quite a bit, doesn't it?
I don't know, man. I haven't. I find the female form is really, for me. I mean, everybody's got. I'm never kink shame, but for me, the female form has always been one of the only things that gets me kind of excited, if you know what I'm saying, or horny. Just men don't do it for me, so I haven't spent much time. I mean, if we want to just say who's a dreamy guy, I mean, what guy doesn't want to be like Jason Momoa?
There was a delicious Mexican guy that hung out with us a lot when I lived in D.C., our friend Jesse and my pal Josiah, and he had a fantastic midsection. And he definitely wanted the dick, but it never happened. But yeah. He
Are you saying that you wish you would have?
I'm not saying I wish I would have, but
it sounds kind of like you're saying you wish you would have.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it. The question is, gun to your head. I could see Romero being a good lay.
I mean, gun to my head, I guess,
You'd go with Romero, too?
I don't know, man. Jason Momoa seems like he would try to dominate you.
Yeah.
And I like being in control, so I don't know that would work. And I mean, he's a big guy, so he probably whoop my ass. So, I mean, I need somebody whose ass I can whoop. So, I don't know. Again, this is something I haven't put much thought into. I got a friend. My friend James is a good guy, and he's very straight.
You have sex with Clardy?
No, just listen. This is why they tell you to listen to the whole sentence before you reply. I'm pretty sure he would bang old Jason Momoa. Like, he was very serious. Like, we've joked and been like, man, I'm not gay, but Jason Momoa's a dreamy motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's got the body, the hair. I don't even think long hair works with most guys these days, but he pulls it off. Yada, yada, yada. And, I mean, ever since we've said that, he's made a point to mention several times, like, oh, yeah, I'd bang Jason Momoa. Like, we were talking about baseball. Where did that came from left field? Pun intended. But yeah, he just would bring it up at random times. And I'm like, James, dude, if you want to bang Jason Momoa, that's cool. You tugging him out thinking about Jason Momoa when you at home, that's cool. But, you don't have to keep reminding us.
Right.
But yeah, it's a toughie. What alcoholic beverage will you be drinking on Turkey Day?
I haven't really thought about it. It just depends on what kind of taste I've got. And I don't know.
You know me, bourbon or beer.
Right.
Favorite Thanksgiving dish? Didn't we answer? Oh, no, wait. We answered favorite Thanksgiving dish earlier.
Yeah, we did.
What's your favorite Thanksgiving dessert?
I don't really have like a traditional Thanksgiving dessert. I'm not a big pie guy. I don't like cobblers.
Cheesecake, my man. A cheesecake. I think cheesecake and Oreo balls are a tied thing. My cousin makes these really awesome Oreo balls. And then also, I have another cousin that makes really good cheesecakes.
My granny makes really good fudge, so I can go with that. Granny and Anna's holiday fudge.
That just, that doesn't sound dirty, but when you say it, it sounds dirty.
It's quite tasty.
Have you started Christmas shopping yet? Yes, I am actually almost done. I got to figure out what I'm getting JP, but I'm almost done.
Just
JP and my girlfriend.
Yeah. No, I'll wait till the week of.
Who do you want to see kill Dante? I want to see Rosita kill Dante.
Yeah, same here.
She just had that great moment with him. Thanks, my brothers. Have a safe weekend. You too, Corey. You know that we love you. And getting towards the home stretch with Zakai, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
I'm so sorry I always butcher your name, man. Mail call. Justin, you sexy man. Who would you rather do in the Barn of Pleasures, John Dory or Dwight? Why are we back to this again, man? And you have to pick one.
You got to pick one, brother.
And then Zakai says I would choose Dwight because I find him attractive. I'm bisexual. Well, hey, man, if you like Dwight, brother, you have at it. I'm going to pick Dwight, and here's why. Because, again, I don't want to do neither one of them. And John Dory, I don't know if he's a stout fellow. I mean, he's not humongous, but he has a better chance of overpowering me, I feel, than Dwight. Dwight's a frail little, 120-pound guy. I can easily just pin him to the ground until his desire and lust goes away, and then, I feel like I have a better chance of not getting screwed if I go in with Dwight. So to go into the Barn of Pleasures, I'm picking Dwight so that he can't overpower and bang me.
At least John Dory doesn't have a melted face, though.
That's true.
You're making out with John Dory.
I'm not making out. That's the whole point. I'm taking him in there so I can, pin him down and tell him I'm not giving you my,
And then you make out with him. Anyway.
That's good. Yeah, I just had this. Oh, God. Yeah, no. But, I mean, obviously, John Dory is he's a cool guy. I actually am a real big fan of Garrett Dillahunt that plays John Dory. So, I mean, Zakai, JP, this is another one from Zakai. JP, you stimulate me.
Ooh,
my question is, would you like to be pegged by a woman? I would like to. Smiley face emoji.
I mean, I don't know why you're assuming that hasn't happened already.
Peg, does that mean she wears like a
yeah,
dildo?
I mean, after what Justin discovered in my Amazon cart, for those who listened to the last mail call.
Man, look, for the safety of yourself, though, man, I mean, I don't kink shame. You put whatever is safe inside you that you want. But that thing was unhealthy. That is not natural. That nothing that round and long needs to enter a human orifice. It's not safe. I don't care, what you want to do, but out of concern and friendship, I have to say, please don't put that in your poop chute. It's not safe, and I'm scared it's going to rip
nothing
something.
that large have ever been in there. But no, I'm all for anal stimulation, and it does not like a everyday thing. But I'm all for it. I'm right there with you, Zakai.
So, following up with Zakai, name your 5 favorite Walking Dead villains. Top 5 favorite Walking Dead villains. JP, what are you thinking, man?
If you're going to call Shane a villain, I'll go with Shane. I'll go with Negan. I guess at a point, Merle would have been a villain. I don't know. That's a little bit of a gray area. I didn't really like the TV show Governor as much.
I did. I thought he was a great villain.
Yeah.
I've got my top 5, so...
go ahead and shoot.
I was going to say, you think of yours, because I know sometimes we need time to think. Mine is going to be, I'm going to go with the Governor, Alpha, Shane, Negan, and let's see, who am I forgetting? I said Alpha, Shane, Negan, the Governor. I thought I had my top 5.
Yeah.
I mean,
tough.
I see that Zakai put Beta on his list, so I guess I could say Beta. But he, Yeah, I'm going to say Alpha, Beta, Negan, the Governor, and Shane.
You know what? I'll round out my top 5 with the claimers, the ones that tried to rape Carl, and Rick bit their throat out.
What are you going to do now, sport?
Yeah.
I watched a zombie apocalypse movie on Netflix called like What We Leave Behind or something weird, where that guy was like I don't want to say a cult leader, but kind of like a Christian cult leader or something. Pretty good movie, though. Yeah. Moving forward, what are your top 5 favorite TV shows? JP, you might, I'll
go Sopranos, Breaking Bad, Seinfeld, Peep Show, and round it out with...
Speak English, JP. I don't speak that.
Round it out. What's something I watch a whole King of the Hill?
Man, you could have said Rick and Morty. You could have said a lot of different things. But as far as like live action TV shows is kind of what I'm thinking. I'm going to go with The Walking Dead, Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, 6 Feet Under, and Vikings. No. Well, I don't know. It'd be a tie between Vikings and Sons of Anarchy there.
Solid list.
Yeah. Justin, who would you rather have in the Barn of Pleasures, JP or Julius? Jeez almighty, man. I'm going to pick...
I think Julius would be
No.
He'd be easily... Easy to...
No. I'm going to go with JP if I got to pick one of these two. Unless you're thinking you're saying you think I could subdue Julius easy.
Yeah, I think he'd be easy to subdue. I think he'd be a nice soft bottom. I think he's got a more feminine voice.
Nope.
So you could pretend,
Nope.
You get him to pretend to be Maggie Rhee.
I mean, JP's really hairy, though. I mean, like he's got hair
Julius
all over.
He's soft and
he's probably
hairless.
got a smooth bottom. He's like a smooth, hairless bottom.
I mean, he's a little bit more bosomy than me.
Dear Lord. Okay.
We love you as a guy.
This isn't a question. Just wanted to say thank you to JP and Justin. Oh, I'm sorry. I was really trying to stick to just questions. Sorry, but for producing brilliant jocular material on this podcast, listening to you guys while asleep. Hey, thank you, Zakai. We appreciate the compliment, my friend. Who is your favorite Star Wars character? That he's by his profile picture, who his favorite is. Is it too cliche to say Han Solo?
No, not at all. I'd go with Yoda. I like Yoda.
Oh man, I was thinking humans. Why am I being so humanist? I don't know. Yeah, I mean Yoda's actually. If we're gonna go back to like episodes 1, 2, and 3, which some people don't even want to talk about, Yoda was by far and large the best character on those.
Yeah,
especially when he did that backflip, double decapitation. But yeah, Yoda would be my second, but I'm going to go with Han Solo. I just always thought he was such a badass, just so carefree, and he was like a player. Let's see, JP, what is the most embarrassing thing you've done? For Zakai, he sat on his toilet and the toilet seat and him fell off of it.
Oh, geez, I've really embarrassed myself a lot over the years. I've shit my pants before. That wasn't fun.
I shit my pants.
Not long ago at a business expo, I pissed myself a little bit and had to walk around, and that was really embarrassing.
You got a little dribble, right?
Yeah, it wasn't crazy, but it was still noticeable.
It's weird. As we grow up, guys, sometimes, you have dribble, but here's the thing. A lot of women I've talked to after they have a baby say sometimes, like, they will, like, cough or sneeze and leak a little bit. So as you get older, things just start coming out, It's harder to hold in farts as you get older.
In my college days, man, I had this like sexy older chick. And when I say older, I was 18. She was like 21. And I picked her up at a party. We're in a bathroom floor.
Hey.
And like it is going down. But I'd had too much to drink. My testicular varicoses hadn't been treated yet. And my dick wouldn't work. Like she was pulling on that thing like she was trying to crank a weed eater. And it just,
dude, oh my gosh, man.
It wouldn't work. That actually happened a couple of times with the equipment malfunction just because of drinking and my testicular varicosis. So yeah, I had a couple of really embarrassing cases of equipment failure.
It'd have been great if she'd have tugged on it, like you said, cranking a weed eater, and like you'd have farted it or something, and it's just like, I'm like, oh my God. You go out there. What else can I say about that? Let's see. Mail call, JP, what animal would Justin be? Justin, same question applies to you in reference to JP and Julius. We actually talked about that the last time we had Julius.
Done this before.
I just for a quick recap, I said JP would be an ostrich because JP is awkward and a little weird and goofy, but at the same time, he's beloved. Yeah. And also, he's not something to take lightly. You think he's all goofy and sexual, but the next thing you know, he'll take his foot and disembowel you.
All right, that's right.
So, I went with ostrich. I can't remember what I went with. JP. Julius at first said I was a bear, but then once JP informed Julius that bears are, another term for big, large, furry gay men, Julius took his back to like wolf or
Julius
something.
act like he don't know that. He knows.
We said panda for Julius.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Justin, have you ever received a Blumpkin? I have not. And to be honest, the thought of that grosses me out.
Yeah, same here. I'm open to a lot of stuff, but mixing doo-doo and love making is not my forte.
I have a friend that gave her ex-boyfriend a Blumpkin.
I remember you told me about that.
And yeah, you know where I'm like,
pretty gross.
Oh, that's just, I can't. No. Which product did you delve into first, the Walking Dead TV show or the comics? I first watched the TV show and started reading the comics after season 3 ended. Mine's funny because I can kind of be a hipster and say, I read the comics before the show, but I only was aware of the comics because of the show.
Yeah, I started, I read the second trade paperback, and it was a long time before I revisited it. But I caught up on the trade paperbacks and was reading it monthly, starting with issue 49.
But the show had already been on. It's basically saying, what did you get into? Oh, no. So
no, it had the issue 49 was right after the prison went down.
Oh, okay. So you were reading it.
Yeah, I remember seeing the promos for the TV show in the comics. They had So
I heard about the TV show. It was a zombie TV show. I've always been a big zombie fan and loved Resident Evil and stuff like that. So I had read that there was going to be a TV show about zombies. So I was reading everything into it. When I saw that it was based off of a graphic novel, I knew I was going to be watching this show, so I went ahead and bought the first one or two, the hardcover books that they had out, and then, read it that way. I basically, for a long time, I didn't recently start purchasing the comics until 2-3 years ago. I actually was waiting until the end of the year and buying the hardcover and catching up on everything. And finally, from our mail call video from Derek Patterson, and this is we were pretty much getting ready to wrap it up here because I know JP's got to bounce. After my experiences the last week, would you try what I tried? Ha. A little something Derek was messaging us about, I would love to see.
I've made it known I've been wanting to do that for quite a while. So yeah, Derek, maybe we can all,
But see, that doesn't help Derek's case with you saying you've been saying you want to try it for a while. Derek's wonder what they think he means.
Pegging.
Derek's that's not what I'm talking about. Justin, you hunt. Have you ever wanted to come out west and hunt larger species like elk and mule deer? Yes, my God, I've wanted to do that for so long. You kill a mule elk or mule deer, man, you'll eat off that thing for a long time. Yeah, absolutely. I want to at some point.
Yeah.
What is the brand of whiskey that you're going to drink this year since it's your holiday tradition? Probably, I don't know. I haven't talked to my dad about it yet. We usually convene on it a couple of days before Christmas Eve. I don't know. We did Maker's Mark last year because I really like, it's just a really good whiskey. I don't know. I'll report back as soon as we find out, though. And finally, can we get a quick Barn of Pleasures skit? People love that Barn of Pleasures.
They do, man.
Why would they not? It's the Barn of Pleasures. What happened the last time we were there? Jerry, all right, let's picture this. Jerry's still sitting in the corner, painted orange and black with his little fake tail, and he's, the tiger. And let's see, there I am in the corner. All right, so it's like, Justin, why do you resist Dwight? Get your burnt ass off me, you little skinny bastard. JP, you're in the corner, I imagine. All right, in this scenario, JP.
Well, actually, I'm Victor Strand here. And,
you're Strand, all right.
I noticed this newcomer, Julius. He's plump, and I love his voice.
He's got a very smooth way about his skin there, Strand.
He says,
yes.
He says he doesn't want anything up his ass.
If I wasn't hooked up to this radiation treating my thyroid cancer, I would be down there sharing that sweet, plump Julius ass with you, Strand.
No, you want to stick a microphone up my ass, Julius? Well, I would, I would love to acquiesce to your.
I didn't. Oh, stop! I just see Ezekiel's like, oh yes. No, wait. So Strand's doing JP here, right? No, he's doing Julius.
Yes, okay. I'm very smitten with.
Who knew a microphone would fit up an anus so well?
Julius, I know you're more interested in Eugene's radio exploits, but
Julius is Eugene. I'm just going to tell not to interrupt the Barn of Pleasures here, but anybody, you listen and you hear Julius every now and again. Our engineer, he is Julius. I mean, damn it, you can tell it's getting. We talk from like 6:30 in the morning, 6 or 6:30, so you can tell my ability to talk fluently is starting to wane, which means time to go. But no, Julius is our Eugene.
He is.
He's not quite as witty with the puns, but nonetheless, he's definitely right. But anyways, so how do you think Julius is going to take it if he finds out that we are having sex with him with fictional characters without his permission?
All I can say is, Julius, the only thing you'll be broadcasting through the air here is fluids, semen, sperm. It's going to be going everywhere.
I just imagine Victor Strand's like, I'm done with this Julius guy. Who's that JP standing at the door?
No, and I would be happy to introduce myself.
What a hairy guy you are, JP. Let me rub on your arms here. Damn, why do you have hair under your feet? I can deal with it.
No, you'll deal with it. Have you ever had a foot job, Victor Strand?
Oh, are you trying? Are you trying to be dominant?
I'll be whatever you need me to be.
Yes, I love what's happening in the barn. Nothing soothes my cancer-ridden heart more than to see all of this sexual. Oh God, sorry, Derek, man. We're struggling here.
Yeah,
we're struggling. I should have read that one first when we were fresh on the podcast.
Yeah.
But we'll do another one, man. We'll
yeah.
All right, and wrapping it up with the last two questions. One from Dalton Pinerio. Do you guys think that Rick will survive at the end of the movies, or do you think he's going to die? I think he's going to survive because I'm pretty sure Scott Gimple said he would survive all three.
I think he's going to survive and end up on the show before it's all over.
JP says he'd be damned with what they said, that Rick's going to end up back on the show.
Yeah, I'm calling it.
Let's see.
I'm calling it.
And now looking back through, we got another one for. Wait a minute. This is okay. Yeah. So on the Walking Dead video, another from AH. Do you think that Michonne ever sees Alexandria again? I feel like she said goodbye to Alexandria, Hilltop, and even the Kingdom through Ezekiel. I kind of felt the same way. I mean, it really, with the music playing and just it almost was like we were saying goodbye to her and Luke.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. It definitely seems that way. Let's see. Do you guys have full uncut reactions to The Walking Dead on Patreon? We don't, but if that's something patrons want as reactions, we're happy to oblige.
That's right.
Let's see. Are you high right now? Do you ever get nervous? No.
I'm not high right now.
And yes, sometimes.
And if I was high right now, I wouldn't admit it.
That sounds like something someone who was high would say.
Maybe.
If they weren't high. But then that wouldn't, yeah. I'm trying to think. I thought there was one more, but I want to make sure I don't I don't lose it. If we missed your question, I apologize, but feel free.
Next go around.
Yeah, make sure you feel free. We're very happy to see all of these questions. So, but yeah, it's thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for asking questions and just sitting down and listening to two jackasses like us ramble for an hour.
It makes me feel so good on the inside.
Jerry, Shiva Jerry, go over there and show Strand how to really feel good.
No, I'm not done with this Julius character yet.
Oh, dig those claws in.
He's going to squeal like a pig, and I'm going to roast him like bacon.
Wait, so in your scenario, Victor Strand saw you standing at the door, started to rub on you, and then now has jumped back to Julius?
No, I just can't get enough of this Julius. Julius character.
Is your fantasy doing Victor Strand or watching him do Julius?
I guess it's turning into a cuckold kind of thing. I want to vicariously have sex with Julius through Victor Strand.
It's a booty farm inside the barn.
Very confusing times, but I love it.
Yeah, sounds like it. I don't know, man. I'm trying to do Barn of Pleasures, and I don't know. I've lost my characters right now. Let's see. Of course, you got Jerry in the corner with a little tail coming out of his butt. Well, if you want to play with the tiger, you have to jerk the tail out first.
I've got a tiger by the tail, it's fair to see. Yeah. Buck Owens just came in the barn for a minute, back from the dead.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But he's a walker.
He's a walker, yeah. So we got
Walker! Everybody stops having sex and proceeds to kill Walker, Buck Owens. Yeah. And after that, Strand's like, now shall we get back to this Julius?
No, it's all over.
Julius is like, no more, please. You know who Julius's voice sometimes reminds me of?
Who?
Morty.
Yeah, sometimes.
Oh, jeez. Oh, God, Strand, no more.
A lot of love for Julius on Mail Call, man. We're going to have him back in soon.
Oh, damn.
Bring him into the Barn of Pleasures for real.
Hold that Julius there. I think I would like to sample. Oh, God, no. Get this tiger off me.
Oh, Lord in heaven.
Rawr, dude. Rawr. Oh, thank you so much for listening. We love you. We hope you have a great, really great weekend. Be safe, be nice, and I don't even know what to say. It's been a long week. I've been a little under the weather, and I am not doing anything this weekend, and I can't wait.
And I implore you to be incredibly irresponsible, do whatever feels good, and no consideration for other people. To hell with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just to give them two sides of the coin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be a terrible person this weekend.
That's what JP. I just encourage you to go out there and enjoy life, but try to be a considerate person. JP, on the other hand, says life sucks. Go be an ass to everybody.
Be awful. Oh boy.
Oh boy. Well,
good stuff.
Yeah, I'm hungry. Are you hungry?
I'm a little hungry.
Can't you just say the hell with the other job and let's go get some food?
Eat Julius's butthole?
Regardless, it's not going to give our body nutrients.
No, well.
I'm still going to be hungry afterwards.
Yeah, maybe.
You always lead me into these things where I'm going to be hungry afterwards.
Oh. I'll be satisfied.
Julius hopefully will be too.
Hopefully he will be too.
And I'll still be hungry.
Yeah.